Hey guys, okay, so I am going to do our training today about, well, I'm going to do two videos today. The first one I'm going to do is going to be about overcoming objections because I know a lot of us are scared to deal with people whenever they have an objection of why they can't do something or join a challenge group or whatever it is. And I know we all get freaked out. What do I say? What do I do? I don't want to scare them away. I know it's a touchy subject. So I'm going to talk to you guys about that today in hopes that it becomes easier for you. But remember, the more times you do it, the easier it's going to be for you and the more comfortable you're going to be. So practice, practice, practice. If you aren't coming across objections, you're not reaching out to enough people. So make sure that you are taking notes with this one because this one is a good one. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Let's see. Okay, let's go to, all right. So today, like I said, we're going to talk about overcoming objections. Okay, first things first, objections, I can't even talk. You will get them all the time. So the best thing to do is not to be afraid of them, but be prepared. Know what to say when, someone has a cost objection or objection about Shakeology. And the best way to do that, you guys, is to practice, practice, practice. The more people that you talk to, the more people that you have conversations with that have objections, the easier it's going to get for you down the road so that you can close more deals, get more challengers, get more coaches, stuff like that. So just the more times you do it, the better you're going to get at it, the more comfortable you're going to get. The more confidence you're going to have. So don't be afraid to deal with objections, you guys. It happens all the time, constantly, no matter if you're a 15-star, superstar diamond coach or you are a brand new coach. So, okay. So whenever you're getting started with a challenger, the best thing to do in order to get started is to develop a relationship so you don't have to deal with as many objections. The best way to do that is to literally develop a relationship with them. So whenever you, post your event page and you have people that are saying that they are interested or attending, or they reach out to you and say, I really want to be a part of your challenge group, the best thing to do is to not to just go into everything about the challenge group and spill the beans right from the beginning. Because again, you're just trying to sell something if you do that. You're not really caring about someone else's results or, what they're currently doing now, or, you don't know that if they've been working out 5 days a week and then you're telling them to do maybe a 22-minute hardcore workout and that's, taking it down a notch and they're working out too hard. You have to get to know about them so that you can develop that relationship and know the best program to recommend to them. So what I always do is I always ask people about themselves first. So whenever they say they want to do my challenge, I say, thank you so much for being interested in my challenge. Can you tell me why you want to be a part of the group? What are your goals? Can you rate your nutrition on a scale of 1 to 10? Do you currently eat clean? Are you restricting your diet in any way? Do you currently work out? How many times a week do you work out? What kind of workouts are you doing? All of that is building a relationship with that person, so you're not just sitting there trying to sell them a product. They actually think that you care about them, that you care about their results, and then they get those results. So then get into why this challenge will work for them, because then they're going to come back with all of that information and you're going to know so much more about them, so you can tell them why this challenge is going to work for their goals and why it's going to help them, achieve that 15-pound weight loss that they've been trying to get for months. And you'll know that from developing that relationship. So all of this is providing value to them. So when you will talk about your challenge group, you'll say, you know what, I really think this challenge group is going to be awesome for you. You said you want to lose 15 pounds. I've had people in my challenge groups lose up to 30 pounds in 30 days. It's going to be great because it's not a high impact workout, because I know you said you don't like high impact workouts. We really focus on your nutrition as well, because I know you said you struggle with your nutrition, stuff like that. And as you can see, I'm relating everything back to what they had already said that they talked to me in the first place about: their nutrition, their goals, their current workouts, stuff like that. So normally then they come back and, well, first I'll say, does that sound like something that you would be interested in doing? And they normally are like, great, how much is it? And I don't ever come back and just be like, you know what, it's $140. That's how much it is. Because most people are gonna be like, oh, that's too expensive. And then they just write you off. First of all, and I say this because it is true, especially if you're doing a program, a challenge group that has a bunch of different programs where people choose their own program. I'll say, you know, it's different for everyone depending on what program you choose or your goals. And I say, what kind of workouts do you like to do? Because I really want you to choose a program that you can stick with, that you're excited about doing, that you want to wake up and you can actually finish the program, so you're going to see the results that you really want to see. I don't want you to pick a program, you know, that you absolutely hate, because then you're not going to stick with it for the whole 60 or 90 days, and you're not going to see those results. This again is adding value. You're not selling, you're showing them that you actually care, that they stick with the program, that they actually follow through. And then you're going to talk to them about Shakeology, and we're going to do another video all about Shakeology, because you 100% need to be comfortable with Shakeology, but you're going to talk about how amazing it is and why you require it in your challenge groups, because you're going to say, you know what, this to me, it's not a quick fix, you guys. It's more about a lifestyle change and knowing about the foods that you're putting into your body and making sure you have the energy to finish your workouts. And that is why I require Shakeology with my challenge groups, because it's taking the place of one meal a day. It's fueling your body with amazing superfoods that are going to give you, you know, the energy boost you need to finish your workouts and get throughout your day. It's going to help with your digestion. It's going to help with your weight loss. And that's why I require it for all my challenge groups. So you're going to talk about that as well. Okay. And then you're going to bring it all back together and talk about everything that's coming in the challenge group, all of that value. You're talking about, you know, the fitness program. You're talking about Shakeology. You're talking about the portion control containers that they have that. You're going to talk about, you know, the private accountability group that you share daily tips that you don't share with anyone but challengers, that you're going to, you know, put meal plans in that challenge group that are just for challengers, that you don't give to anyone else. That's going to help with their weight loss. You're going to share that, you know, they get a private coach that they can, you know, talk to about all of their struggles and that you're going to help them with so that they see results. You're going to talk about all of that. And then you're going to say, whenever they say, oh, that all sounds so amazing, you're going to send them the link to whatever program that they chose, and just say, let me know if you have any questions. I'll be happy to help you. And then if they come back and they say, you know what, that's more than what I wanted to spend. That's a little too expensive. And they do. It's going to happen. It happens a lot, actually, because we aren't the cheapest thing on the market, you guys. And you 100% need to be okay with that. The second you start thinking, oh gosh, I know they're going to come back, you know, with saying it's too expensive and it sucks that it's, you know, $140 and these people don't want to do it for $140. You need to understand and be comfortable with the fact that you're offering such an amazing challenge, an amazing program that's going to get them results. You're not offering a quick fix that's going to help them gain the weight back. You're changing their lives. So really $140 is an amazing value. You need to be 100% okay with that cost, because it's amazing, you guys. But whenever they do come back, and that being comfortable with the cost will help also with your confidence, and it'll help you not to get defensive when you are responding back to them. Whenever they come back and say, you know, it's too expensive, you 100% need to be understanding. Don't ever jump down their throats and be like, oh my gosh, like, you know, can't you just go ahead and do it on payday, blah, blah, blah. Don't do anything. Like, be understanding, like, I totally understand where you're coming from. And then I always say, would you like to look at a different program? Because, you know, different programs are different prices. And I say, what does your budget look like? I would be happy to help you with a program, find a program that you can be happy with for your cost or whatever. So again, you're not, you know, you're not getting defensive. You're just saying that you really want them to pick something that they, you know, are 100% happy with. And a good thing to do whenever you're dealing with someone with a cost objection or any objection for that matter is a method called feel, felt, found. And it's one that I do a lot. And it's definitely, it's using your empathizing with people because you once felt that way at one point. And then you're telling them what you found out. So the way to do it is, so someone says, you know, it's too expensive. And you say, you know what, Sarah, I felt that way too. I totally understand how you feel. I felt that way too when I first started. But what I found is that, you know, Shakeology was taking the place of my breakfast every single day. So I was actually saving money because I wasn't running through Starbucks every single morning, and we know how expensive those lattes are, sadly. So I was actually taking the cost away of that and replacing with my Shakeology, which was actually cheaper. So that is an example of one thing that I do when people talk about cost. Again, I totally understand how you feel. I felt that way too. What I found was, and then just say whatever you found. What do you offer that can't be found anywhere else? You. So again, you need to talk about, when everybody talks about, you know, how expensive something is, you need to understand that people need to find something more of value than just purchasing a program. And that value is you. There's no other program that you can do at your home that offers you a free personal coach with it. I mean, you can get a personal trainer, but not for $140 a month that comes to your house and helps you out and deals with all of your issues and your struggles and helps you with, you know, sticking to your plan and your clean eating and makes the diet plan for you. That, you cannot find that anywhere for $140. So you need to reiterate that, how awesome it is to have a personal coach that they can talk to about anything at any time, whenever. So definitely add that value in, because then that takes away a little bit of the hesitation with the cost. Another way to deal with a price objection is to just make sure that you explain everything from the very beginning very, very, very well. So they don't ever be brief with someone. Don't ever just expect them to know what the program is or about Shakeology. Even if you think they do know about it, make sure you explain everything very, very well, because people want to know what they're paying for, no matter what it is. They want to know exactly what is included in the program. They want to know, you know, how many times a day they're going to be drinking the shake. Are they going to be drinking it, you know, for a snack? Are they going to be drinking it for a meal? Are they going to be eating 3 times a day? Are they going to be eating 5 times a day with the meal plan? Are they going to, you know, be working out 5 days a week or 3 days a week? People want to know everything that goes into each program so they know exactly what they're paying for. So make sure that you explain everything very well. Again, that's also going to show them how valuable this program is because of everything that it entails. But facts tell, stories sell. This is so true, because at the end of the day, you're not going to buy something based on, you know, some numbers that you see on a computer screen. Someone can tell you at the end of the day, did you know Shakeology has maca and goji berry and pea protein? And no one cares about that. Stories sell the products and the challenge groups. When you sit there and say, you know, I love Shakeology because Shakeology has made my energy go through the roof. I'm a mom to a 3-year-old. I go to school. I have a full-time job. And so I've always been exhausted. I never was getting my workouts in because at the end of the day, I'm so tired and I just can't do it. But ever since I started taking Shakeology, you know, I've had so much energy. I get my workouts done first thing in the morning. I feel better. I have better digestion. I'm not bloated all the time, which I always was bloated. I feel more confident because I'm not always bloated, blah, blah, blah. That story right there is going to sell it so much more than telling about someone what's in Shakeology. You're telling them a story about how it's changed your life. And at the end of the day, we know that sells more than telling them facts about what a product is. Testimonials, save them. Before and afters, save them. And don't use the Beachbody stock photos because, again, people think that those are sometimes fake and they've been photoshopped for some reason. So if you can, you know, from your challenges or your own before and afters or your own testimonials or from whatever, from people who have used Shakeology that is in our coaching group, whatever, save those before and afters and you can send them to people who are on the edge of like, should I do it? Should I not? And you could be like, hey, look at this girl. Sarah was just in my challenge group for the last 30 days. She dropped, you know, 10 pounds. She's not as bloated. She went down a dress size or whatever. And she has so much energy. It's awesome. This is the program that we're going to be using exactly in our challenge group. But I would love for you to have the same results. Those, at the end of the day, are going to push those people that are on the edge way over the point. And they also are great marketing tools too, you guys, because we know how many times that we've gone through our social media feed and we see a before and after, and most of the time we stop. and we read the caption and we see, you know, what did they do? What were they eating? Did they, you know, work out 7 days a week, or what did they do? So those are the things that, you know, catch people's attention, draw people in, and push people over the edge at the end of the day. And again, if you do everything you're supposed to do and it still comes out to, you know, I can't afford it, blah, 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 whatever, just remember that no is not a no right now. It's I'm not ready right now. There's a reason why the people said that they wanted to do it. They clicked attending or interested because of some reason in their heart that they want to lose weight, they want to get healthy. They just maybe are not ready to, you know, take that step. And that's not saying that they're not going to at some point. So the best thing to do is to make a list of those people and keep those people basically in your Rolodex. So whenever you do your next challenge group, you can reach out to them and say, hey, I know you weren't ready last month, but I just wanted to let you know that I am doing another 30-day challenge group this month. It's going to be awesome. And I would absolutely love to have you in the group. I think you'd be a great fit and you'd be so happy with your results. So remember, no is not no, it's a not right now. Okay, so this is another objection we run into a lot is Shakeology, because Shakeology is not cheap. And again, you need to understand the value behind Shakeology in order to feel comfortable enough to sit there and talk about why it is so amazing and why they should buy it. And the number one thing to do to get comfortable is to know everything you can and learn everything you can about Shakeology. There are a ton of resources that you can find online. There are podcasts. There's a Shakeology only podcast that you can listen to, and I will put that in my next video. I'm gonna try not to get into too much detail about Shakeology in this, just because I'm gonna do another video on it today. But Shakeology, the best thing to do is to learn as much as you can about it so you feel comfortable talking about why it's so amazing. Another thing to do is to know the differences between, you know, Shakeology and Herbalife or Advocare, or, you know, all the other shakes that people are trying to get other people to buy. Know the differences and why ours is better. And I'm going to post a little template, or not template, but a handout that has some of the shakes and why Shakeology is better, the differences, and the cost breakdown too. Because we are one of the more expensive ones, but there are a million reasons why we are more expensive. And if you think about everything that goes into Shakeology, it actually makes sense why we're not the cheapest and why it is the cost that it is, because there's a ton of things that go into it that are amazing for your body. You also need to talk about how it's replacing a meal a day. It's not, you know, something that you have as a snack unless, you know, you want to. But if you're using it for weight loss, you need to be replacing either your breakfast or your lunch with it. And that's taking a whole meal away, because some people can be like, oh, Shakeology is so expensive. If you tell them, you know, you're replacing your breakfast or your lunch with your Shakeology, it becomes more understanding that they can, you know, take the cost of a meal with that Shakeology. So even something to do is talk about how Starbucks, you know, a latte is, you know, $5. And that's, you know, if you break down Shakeology into 30 days, it's around $4 a day. So they're actually saving $1. And then if you talk about, you know, they go out to lunch or they work in an office, be like, how much do you spend, you know, on an average day going out to lunch with your coworkers? And they'll be like, anywhere from, you know, $8 to $10. Like, well, actually you would save money. You would save around $3 to $4, you know, every single time that you didn't go to lunch, and you would have your Shakeology instead. And not only would you be saving money, you would be saving calories, you'd be losing weight, and you'd be that much closer to your goals. So that's a great way to think about it. Again, the best thing to do is have testimonials about people who have used it, other coaches that have used it, before and after pictures, you know, talk about their energy levels, you know, their digestion, all those things. That at the end of the day is what's going to sell it. One of the biggest things that I was told back in the day in marketing was, if you can solve someone's problem, you've got a customer for life. So if someone has digestive issues, and again, you find that out by talking to people about, you know, their needs, their goals, you know, how they want to feel, blah, blah, blah. You find that out by developing that relationship beforehand. If you can find the problem, so say someone is always bloated, they're having digestive issues, and they feel super crappy all the time. You talk about how Shakeology has helped someone else with that problem, they're going to try it out for themselves, because if you can solve that problem and heal that pain with them, you're going to have a customer for life. So definitely talk about those testimonials, keep those before and afters. They're amazing. And again, like I said, the more familiar you are with it, the easier it is to be, or I can't even talk, the easier it will be to talk about it. Shakeology is very intimidating, and I get that because there is so much that goes into it. But again, the best thing to do is plug into that podcast that we have. You can listen to it online. You can listen to it on your way home from work. They're not long. They're super short. They're anywhere from like 5 to 10 minutes. And it goes into, you know, all the questions that people remotely will have about Shakeology. Other program objections. So if you do a, you know, whatever program you choose, if you do a specific program and then someone comes back to you and says, you know what, I've been working out at a gym for the last, you know, couple months. I kind of like what I'm doing. I thought this was a different kind of program, blah, blah, blah. The best thing to do is not to get into a back and forth with them, because at the end of the day, they're going to have their reasons for why they've been doing what they're doing or why they want to do what they want to do. So this is the best thing to do whenever they say something about that. You say, I don't know about that, but what I do know is, and then you talk about your program, and then you bring it back to, the best thing to do is also to tie it back to a testimonial. So if someone says, you know, I've been in the gym, you know, for the last couple months, and I think that's what I'm going to do or whatever. I just thought this was a different kind of boot camp or whatever. I'm not really interested at this time because I've been doing, you know, I like being in the gym. And just say, okay, well, I don't know about that, but what I do know is that the people who have done my challenge group, my boot camp challenge group in the past, and it's been 60 days long, have lost anywhere from 5 to 15 pounds. Their energy levels have increased. A bunch of them are down X amount of pounds, have been down dress sizes. You know, everybody has developed a whole new healthy lifestyle, blah, blah, blah. So tie it back to your testimonials about the benefits of your program, why people have seen success with your program, the results that they've seen. So that can differentiate you from whatever they're talking about. And then the best thing also to do with this, just like Shakeology, is to try out different programs. So you can talk about, you know, the programs with other people. Because if some people are like, you know what, I really like my step class because, you know, it's low impact, and, you know, it seems like, you know, a lot of the Beachbody workouts are so intense, they're so crazy, and I just don't think I could do it. The best thing to do is try out all of our programs on Beachbody On Demand, because a lot of them are free, and you could be like, actually, you know, a lot of them aren't high impact. I would totally recommend you doing the PYO one. It's low impact. There's not a lot of jumping around. It's like a Pilates, active cardio yoga. And people have seen great results with it, blah, 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 blah. So the best way to, and you wouldn't know that though, unless you would have tried out PYO or known about PYO. So again, try out the program so that you can talk about them with other people. Again, don't use Beachbody stock photos, you guys. People, for some reason, just don't resonate with them. I don't know why, but they just see them as, I guess, phony, or, you know, that they see them, I guess, as saying like, hey, I don't have any of my own results, or I don't know anybody, but I mean, here's these people who were in this test group who obviously had like superstar trainers come to their house or something. So you can use these. So don't do that. Definitely have your own before and afters. If you can have, you know, your own transformation photos, those sell everything. That gets you like way farther than anything else. Having your own transformations or having your own testimonials, talking about how your energy levels are better, talking about your own digestion, you know, how you've lost weight or how you've gone down a dress size, pant size, whatever. Those are amazing. Okay, so wrapping up, talking about everything with objections, I just want to kind of reiterate some things. But build that relationship first. That is the first thing that you need to do in order to kind of like not deal with as many objections, is if you develop that relationship. Because again, we don't want to sell things. We want to share stories and, you know, share that we actually care about people. We actually care about the results. So the best thing to do is develop that relationship, find out what their goals are, find out, you know, if they're working out, how their nutrition is, stuff like that. So you can relate everything back to how all of these challenge groups are going to benefit them. And again, provide value, talk about how amazing your challenge groups are, everything that is in the challenge group, you know, why your challenge groups are different than just going to a gym, the value of having your own personal coach, the meal plans, all that stuff. Know the value that goes into your challenge group so you can talk about it. Again, practice makes perfect. You are never going to get perfect with this unless you use this a bunch of times on a bunch of people so you can get more confident with it. So don't be afraid of it. Actually, you should just embrace and be like, yo, this is a great time to practice. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I'll get to them next time. And again, that comes back to no means not right now. Just because someone says no does not mean, they're never going to ever buy anything from you. So always keep them in the back of your mind, put them on a list in a notebook or something for you to come back to them. Again, facts tell, stories sell. So do not sit there and tell people, the 22-minute boot camp or hardcore is a boot camp style workout where you work out for 22 minutes. It's a high impact cardio workout. It's resistance training sometimes on some days. No one cares about that. You need to talk about how it makes people feel, the results people have seen, stories sell, not facts. And it's going to happen, so get over it. So the more afraid you are that you're going to get these objections, the more you're going to sabotage yourself and you're going to psych yourself out. So the more you just get over it and realize, it's going to happen and you're just practicing and you're developing that confidence, the easier it's going to get for you and the less you're going to be stressed out about it. But that's about it. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Stop. It's not working. Okay. Okay, you guys, so that was the overcoming objections. I hope that was helpful for you guys. I'm going to post the slides in our group, and I'm also going to post that template or that breakdown of why Shakeology is better than other shakes or whatever. I'll do that whenever I post the Shakeology video. I will do that later today. But I hope this was helpful. And for your homework tonight, guys, I just kind of want you to get comfortable talking to people about or dealing with objections. So just get comfortable talking to people and building those relationships. And also plug into that Shakeology podcast. I can't talk. I was going to post that also in our Shakeology video too. I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit, but if you can find that Shakeology podcast you can find it on your computer, or you can find it on your iPhone, and just start listening to those. You're going to get more comfortable with Shakeology, so you can talk about the value with it and stuff like that. So I will post all those things, and I will get back to you again later today with our second video. So I hope you guys have a great afternoon, and I will talk to you later. Bye.